The goal is
Yeah.
to get financial advice, to get financial help. And when we say financial help, they won't borrow you money. What they will do is they will look at your current status, and then they will help you work out a plan on how to achieve,
Your goal.
your goal. And one of those goals could be paying off the debt. So it is very important that you seek financial advice if you're drowning in debt or if you're struggling in that sort of area. And when we did, it sincerely changed our lives, to be very sincere. And can I shock you? We didn't go to just one person. We went to at least three people. Yeah, and
those people also had their own links also.
Yeah.
So they were trying
different things with us,
different
in
people on
giving
our
us
behalf.
different advice, which some of them we're gonna talk to you about later on.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you would just be doing the things the same way and expecting a different result. But you need the help of people who have either told the path, or they're expert, they have the knowledge that you don't have, and you'll be amazed at just seeking their advice, how it can just completely change your life. So if you're drowning in debt right now, we think one of the very first things you need to do is to get financial help. Like I remember when we spoke to the very first person, and we bed it open. And please don't go there. It's like going for therapy and you're hiding things. No.
You cannot get help.
You cannot get help. You have to
Yeah.
bear it all. Bear it all. And to be very sincere, it's not easy to be naked in front of anybody that is not necessarily your wife or someone you're close to. All right. It is extremely important that you bear, you open up.
That's
You
what
know.
I'm going through. This is my life. Even if you've been reckless, I've been reckless.
Yeah, I've been reckless. Yeah.
But, yeah.
At least our own was an investment. Some people, maybe you were actually reckless and you are ashamed. Don't be ashamed. Bear it all.
Yeah, bury it all. Cause I mean, there's some people that you cannot afford to be to close up to.
Close up to,
You
yeah.
cannot afford to keep secrets. You cannot hide secrets from them, else they cannot help you. So it's important that you let them know this is my financial status at the moment. I have debt of several $100,000.
Yeah.
And I don't even have any collateral.
Yeah.
I don't have any investments. The banks are after me or whatever is after me, and I need you need to find a way for me.
Yeah. Somebody's asking us live, said, I'm in Nigeria, I need help. I had $20,000 in debt after falling into Forex scam. Can you be of help? Yes, that's why we're making this video. And this is the help that we have to offer you. So please listen, make sure you watch the rest of the video so that you can understand some of the points that we're making. In case you're joining us late, the first point we made is believe you can pay off that debt. That's very important. Otherwise, some people plunge into depression and all of that. Number two, we're saying seek financial advice from financial experts, not from your parents, so to speak, not from your friends, not from well-wishers, so to speak. Of course, you can seek those ones, but primarily seek from financial experts. And like we were talking about, like when we did ours, we got lots of advice that we didn't even know about.
Exactly.
We were given lots of options. I remember one of them saying, maybe you guys can get another loan. Because if you get another loan, the lifetime of the new loan, all right, is still further down ahead, and then the interest rate would have been better by then, and you can use it. That was an option.
Yeah.
Somebody also said maybe you get a credit card and then you could snowball paying off the credit card within the time. We had quite a number of options.
Yeah. And I remember when we looked at those options, to be honest, we were like, hey, it's like to be honest, they're good ideas.
Yeah.
Right? They're I mean, if you didn't have any other alternative, they're good suggestions. But for me, I was thinking, man, you're going from one debt to another debt. That's the way I was thinking about it. Whereas this debt didn't have interest, the debts that we're about to get ourselves into again,
we now have interest. Yeah.
I was like, what is all this? Like, in my head, I was like, you know what, babe, let us just pay this thing off once and for all. Let's find it out, because even though these are options, I don't think it's really going to work for us.
Can
you hear me?
Yeah, somebody was saying they can't hear you properly, so maybe you go closer to the
so I was like,
to the microphone.
I was like, instead of all of this, it's important that we just find a way to pay it off ourselves, because there's no point giving other people money. When we can actually work hard and say, okay, maybe we can actually make it work by ourselves.
Yes.
Rather than borrowing money to pay another loan, and you now start owing another new loan.
Yeah.
I think we were just determined that we wanted to be set free from loans. loans.
And literally,
Yes.
that was one of the options they gave to us. That, hey guys, okay, if you don't want a loan, you don't want this, you don't want credit card, you don't want that. Okay, there's another option where you both discipline yourselves, you work on an action plan, you based on what you're earning and all of those sort of things like that. And that was the option we chose. That was, remember we said we didn't want to necessarily, plunge ourselves back into debt again and all of that. We wanted to, by the grace of God, deal with it once and for all. We had faith. We believe. Well, my wife had faith. She believed.
My faith was not for you.
You know, and that was the option we took, and we're going to tell you what that option entails right away. Okay, and that takes us to number 3.
Yeah, so we set goals and we made a plan.
Yes.
I remember my husband and I came together, and we sat down and we're like, okay, if you're going to pay this nearly 50K debt by so time, what do we have to do? How can we make it work? What is our current income?
Yeah.
Per month, per fortnight, how much are we earning together?
Yeah.
What is our expense?
Yeah.
We have to and then what can we do to get some, extra stuff
help,
so that we can be able to pay this loan at the right time.
Yeah, and that goal and plan had to do with putting pen to paper. We literally sat down together. It was like a formal kind of meeting. I remember very much well. We brought out our Excel spreadsheet. We brought out some of our previous budgets and all of that, and realigned those budgets to match our goal. And so we said, and by the time we look realistically about at our income, there was no way in the world with what we were earning at that time alone that will pay off that debt in the 6 months that was ahead of us. There was no way in the world. So we knew we had to do something else. In fact, that was one of the advice we got from the financial expert. You guys might have to, get on some passive income. You guys might have to do some things and so on and so forth. So we made all of those plans. Okay, what extra amount of money do we need every month to make sure that this is possible?
Yes, sir.
And in what ways are we going to discipline ourselves as well to also make sure that from our salaries we still are able to pay a chunk of it and save up a chunk of it. In fact, we forgot one of the advice we got that really helped us from the financial expert was we didn't know that there was a particular fund that we could be saving into. Interestingly, that fund has a yield. I can't remember the exact percentage because we no longer use it, but that it has a yield of maybe about 7 to 12% or so, every year or so, yearly. And every money you save inside begin to accrue already. That's number one. Not only that, we did not have direct access to that fund to be able to go and use it to buy something or spend on something. No, so literally in New Zealand, you get your pay every fortnightly and all of that. So as the pay is coming, as we made the budget and the plan, we just send that the amount of money that we are saving up into that fund. And just seeing it grow as well was a great motivator.
So we actually did that, and I think what was pivotal for us during that period was that we had to get some extra sources of income.
Very
so
important.
My husband and I had to think about, okay, what can we do? What else can I do? I had to do a few things additional to be able to, support our home. He also, he was able to do some additional stuff, to be able to support the home. So that extra income was what we now sort of assigned. Okay, this extra is going to be going every fortnight towards our budget. And one other thing that we also did was every time we were reviewing, probably like every fortnight. Okay, this is how much we now have.
Yes, and that was we're tracking ourselves.
Yes, I think we're on track. Okay, I think we need to.
I think we're meeting every fortnight actually to see how we're doing.
How are we doing? What more do we need? Can we achieve this goal? Because the reality is, even in addition to that, we also had some other expenses coming up. But we had to ensure that we kept to our goal.
Very important, because we had 6 months, so our own is not like 2 years or it's 6 months, so we had to be keeping us. Somebody's asking live and depends, but financial advisors are expensive. I don't even know one. They are not. Yes, they're not as expensive as you think. In fact, some of them will work with you for free until you eventually achieve your goal. And then you pay them, or through that goal they are paid. So don't have this. Some of us, I have the mindset. If you have never engaged a financial advisor before, you have the mindset that they are so expensive, so you never talk to them at all. No, don't have that mindset. Seek out one first of all. At least find out how much they would cost or something like
And
that.
what they can help you with
Yes,
also.
and if you're wondering, well, you say you don't even know one, you don't need to know one. You can Google one, or around your neighborhood, or ask a friend and say, open up to a close friend and say,
Or ask your bank. Or, yeah,
your
yeah,
banks. Yeah,
yeah,
some banks would have that as well.
yeah.
Or ask your pastor or somebody that you can trust who can link you up with someone like that as well. But I'm very sure that you can find a financial expert around you, and they may not be as expensive as you think.
Imagine.
Yes,
Yeah.
because you're already in debt. So, and some they want to get you out, and they know, some of them really, really understand your financial capacity, knowing that if they can get you out of that one, and you guys start to work together, it could really be a win-win for both of you.
Both of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's also saying, thank you so much for this opportunity. Everything you are saying right now is my current life. I hope to get the advice needed to get free of this prison. Yes, it can really feel
Felt
like
like
a
a prison to
prison.
us too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it can really
Yeah.
feel like a prison. It can really feel like you're stuck. So listen to us, stick with
Yeah.
us, jot down some of these points. Feel free to reach out to us later on to see if maybe we are missing out on some details, and we're
Yeah,
able
and
to help you.
I think one thing that is very important also to mention is the fact that we're not doing it alone.
Mm.
Both of us were in unity doing it, because I don't know how we would
Yes.
have made, we would have done that
Yeah.
if there was no
We are not
unity at
united.
home. Like maybe he would go and be looking for his own 25K. I'm looking for 25K.
Yeah. Oh, some marriages could be like that. Some marriages are like that.
And then he'll be stressing out
Yeah.
over the 25K, and so he'll be stressed out over 25K, so, but with the fact that we were united,
Yeah.
both of us were able to carry the cross together,
Yeah.
so it felt like I'm not in this alone. He just felt like he was not in this alone. So
Yeah.
we were together carrying the burden,
Yeah.
and it made it a lot easier for us to carry the burden
Together.
Yeah.
I just want to make this point clear.